Well, no bush lights this morning, boys. She's a little early.
Sun's not even up yet.
It's a little early. Well, welcome to another episode of Wilder Minds.
That just goes to show you how crazy our schedules are right now. This is it right here.
Yeah. Editing bay. Another two more podcasts later today.
Content creation.
New
machine.
Product launches. KB launch.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got going on?
I don't know. I've been on the phone since 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Business, man. It's growing. Things are happening. It's fun.
Gunner turned 10.
Gunner did turn 10.
How about what?
Double digits yesterday.
I know.
Terrifying.
It's freaking wild.
I woke him up this morning before I left. I said, "Hey, bud," I said, "I got to go to the studio." And he's like, "Okay." I said, How'd you sleep?" He's like, "Oh, it was good." And he goes, "Do I look older?" I said, "Oh, dude, you look at least a year older."
Crazy.
He's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Awesome." Remember those days where you physically like, man, I must look older. I turned 10.
I'm in double digits now. Yeah. 10.
He actually said to me, he's like, "You don't want me to be in double digits, do you, Dad?" I said, "Nope. Stay in single digits as long as humanly possible, buddy."
That's true, man.
So, yeah, and not that there's anything going on. There's also life outside of work, right?
Oh, geez. Life outside of works. Well, a lot of summer stuff. Golf tournaments for the kid, for Weston. Baseball tournaments for Gibb. And really just getting ready for September.
Oh, I know.
It's on my mind. Like, I just did the math. I'm like, we're 3 months.
I know it's
3 months we'll be in Alaska for about a week by now.
I know it's on my mind when I start getting I'm antsy right now. Like I gotta get out. But B, I start turning to gear. Like I find myself going and I'm like
gathering.
Yeah, inspecting gear, like checking this out, checking that out. You know, that's how that's where my mind is always like, man, I'm
Well, we have a trip coming up, so it's double worse because we have a trip coming up here at the end of June. And it's like you're prepping, like, because we're going to an outpost, so you're prepping kind of dropped-ish. The gear, same gear, but then it's like, I guess I won't need that because there is running water, there is this, like, there's little things where I'm like, but I'm in that same exact mode, and I'm just like, I stopped by Casey's yesterday, and we just went through this fishing stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's so funny to see his boys. I brought these tackle boxes in from Bass Pro Shops, and I was like, okay, this is what we're going to put everything in for the boats and the different stuff. And just immediately, both of them unzip, zip, 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 getting the stuff out, putting and it's just like, I remember going through every spoon when I was a kid. When we were packing to go on it, you'd sit down and be like, what's this one for? What's this color? And 87 questions that come out of all the stuff. And now to see all that, it was kind of cool. So it is. Cool. It's a gear thing though. And I don't know what it is. I'm the same way. When I start getting into the gear, I'm like, here we go.
Those boys have worn the paint off of lures that have never been used already just from taking them out of the box and looking at them. And the old like, all right, we got 2 of these. Gunner, you get one. Ryder's like, I get one. Yeah. But man, when it comes down to that one where there's just one, it's like it's the battle of who's gonna get it. Yeah. So it's so funny, man. It's cool to see though, because the anticipation in their eyes, like Ryder's done it. He was young when he did it the first time, but so he kind of has an idea. But Gunner, this will be virgin territory
first time
for him. So,
way up there.
Yeah, so he's geeked.
Yeah.
So I can't wait though. Yeah, I'm diving into gear heavy, and you're right. Half of it's for dropped, and half of it's for Manitoba. So it's you start to get me in the old mountain mindset.
It's the complete opposite of my house because I have an 18-year-old girl. So she basically is like, so what are we bringing? Like there's no
my shit.
There's no like me and her hanging out like looking at the lures. She's like, you got 2 of everything and we good to go? Like tell me when I'm like, yeah, I got it. So I've been packing. Yeah. But I have to I was telling Casey this yesterday, I have to lay everything out like weeks in advance. Not like I can't pack along the way, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys do this, but like I can't be like, oh well that bag's ready and then this is ready. No. Like I have to like start to lay out in my barn the different sections of things, and so it looks like I've got just shit everywhere. But then at one time, I'm like, okay, I've picked the bags
Today's
that all
the
go
day.
in. I know, and then it goes whoop, and it's ready to go. And then I'm like, there, I've consolidated everything down to what I need. But I got to spread it out, and it takes, and weeks, like not a day, like because I'll let it sit. I look at stuff, and then I'm like, you know what else I need, and then I find something. Then, and it takes time, you know.
By the way, for a 5-day trip,
5-day trip.
It's a 5-day.
Well, I'm trying to consolidate.
Fishing trip.
Yeah,
5 days.
I'm just trying to consolidate. I just know I'm going to have so much stuff, and I'm like, it's just overkill.
I know.
But you grab the big duffel so you can put like those 4 things in the big duffel, so you don't have 3 extra bags. Like it's a game of Tetris for a little bit, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the Tetris game.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I just thinking about being in Alaska again, back in our spot, and mentally just imagining the shots. And what really got my mind on is Jameson came out with a short film called The Perch, and it's up in the same area that we were, and just watching that just got me going. Yeah, because it's the way we hunt up there. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just how we do it. So, just creatively, just thinking about, okay, how do we want to do this a little different this year? What are the things that we want to integrate into drop that we haven't done before? What are the things we want to keep the same? And how can we step it up if we can? I mean, I don't think it's stepping it up. I mean, maybe from a production, doing some different things, but the story's the story. It's not like we can't recreate what we've done, you know. So
we can integrate food and it wouldn't piss me off. I can tell you that much. We can do that. We can throw a little food in there. Yeah, put some food in there.
I'm not food in here this year, at least from a freeze-dried meal perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe first form meat sticks.
There's
no reason not to.
Absolutely looking at doing that. They also just dropped a man off the roof.
Man, that was a loud bang, huh?
Oh, they're getting the
it's Iran
dumpster fire out there.
My goodness
just
gracious.
Slam it.
You can't hear that.
The other thing that is getting me geared up is I'm also about 75% of the way done with building our first ever full-on masterclass.
Yeah.
And this thing is a robust beast, and it is all about DIY Alaska.
Well, you sent that over last night or whatever, and I put the old glasses on and was going through it. There's some stuff in there, and I said, this is a must. Like if you're going a DIY somewhere, it doesn't have to be Alaska, it can be anywhere.
Yep.
You need to go through this system. Yep. You have to go through this system.
Yep. I'm basically trying to build this thing out.
The man is just beeping and couldn't be louder right outside the door.
Well, that's why we don't do this at 5 in the morning usually.
We may take a quick pause here and we'll wait for...
We're pausing for station identification.
On KVL.
This is the rival...
WDVE 102.5.
The Wilder Mines...
Let's let him do his thing out there for a hot sec.
There he goes.
I think that was the reverse beeper.
Yeah. Beep session.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm like 75% of the way done in building this thing out and structuring it out. And when I sat down to build this first one, the thought that went through my mind is I'm going to build exactly what I wish I had when we started this 20 years ago. Because the fact of the matter is it still doesn't exist. And I'm like, it has to exist.
Yep.
Like every question and every challenge and everything that we had along the way, that's what I tried to kind of build this whole thing out for. So as I build that, though, it's pretty cool because it's almost like doing it all over again.
Yeah.
Like for that very first, like that's the mindset I have to put myself in is like, okay, if I didn't know this, like what are the questions I have? What are the answers I'm seeking? All that kind of stuff.
Well, what I love about it is, and there's going to be a lot to reveal about it, but the little snippet, I love the expense tracker because you don't realize it's a DIY. It's a $800 moose tag. That's cheap.
Yeah.
But how much is everything else? And you start tracking those expenses on the things you don't realize the first time you do it. You don't realize that there's fees on every single thing you're doing out there, meat hauls, blah, blah, blah. So when you put that together, you're like, hey, my $4,000 DIY turned into 12 real quick. And you have some of the expenses. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I'd have to pay for that. So it's just well thought out. It's all the years that we've done this thing. It adds up to let's help other people. And that was your mindset going into it.
That's the whole reason for it, is so that other people don't realize, and we've seen this firsthand, people don't realize that you can do Alaska full on DIY.
Yep.
You know, for certain species, obviously, there's certain things you can't hunt brown bears, you can't hunt, muskox, you can't hunt sheep. And that's all broken down in the class and kind of how that whole thing works. But when people hear it, they're like, oh man, maybe that's a better option for me, especially because today shit is so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking to go kill a moose with an outfitter, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
20 grand.
20 to 30 grand in some instances to go kill a moose.
Yep.
That's just, it's not attainable.
It's not affordable for 95%.
Yeah, and so that's part of the reason that I went through this whole thing, is like, Alaska is too incredible for people to not experience, but if it's unaffordable for 95% of the humans out there, then I got to show them a way that they can actually do it.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it starts year one, you go and you do a DIY black bear hunt.
Yeah.
You know,
Caribou's not bad.
Get your feet wet. Yeah, maybe you go do a caribou hunt or something like that, and then work your way up. But that was kind of the whole goal. And so, but as I built that out, again, going back to like where I am mentally, I'm in the Brooks right now. Like my brain is there.
Well, I think there's a couple things just to back up and kind of clarify for everybody. Is we've received this email and this DM, which is, how do you do a backcountry hunt? Like, so just to clarify kind of some things here and where we're headed with a lot of the stuff that we're doing. We receive, and over the course of 10 years, the number one thing that people ask us is, how can I do my own trip, right? Yeah. We get that. We get a lot of questions on habitat. How do you set up your property, or how does this work? And I think what we're looking at in this next phase is where we're going to be releasing this amazing kind of content, footage, classes, and things of that nature that is educational, but it's valuable. Yep. And it's not just us trying to be like, hey, we know. It's literally the amount of people that have asked us that question. It was like, well, why don't, and instead of telling every individual this or that, and I got a call not too long ago from a guy that's actually in the industry that has a show, and he's like, I'm going to go do this hunt, and I figured I'd call you because you guys have done it. And he's like, what am I doing? And it was funny because he didn't have a film permit, and it was Pat. And I said, well, you're too late to go. He's like, what do you mean? So I said, well, you can't, because you don't have this, or this, and so you can't do that in that zone. And he's like, I would have never known that. Yeah. Right? So when we start thinking through what we're doing here and what this new stuff is going to be, and we can talk more and more about it as we get closer and closer to the launch, it is educational, but it's with purpose. I mean, it's like, it comes from a place of, we've done it. Mm-hmm. And so that's the exciting part is, I agree with you. That's 10 years of us making mistakes. 15 years of us making mistakes along the way and getting better and better and better and better every time to refine it to a point where you can write a thing out. We can do a class. We can have the ancillary materials for people to look at and say, now I just got to go here, and I can then plan my hunt. Yep. And that's going to be kind of some of the other cool stuff that we're going to be doing. We have
photography and footage to support all of it too. Yep. And that's the unique part. Is it's just not, we've been there and we can tell you, we can show you through photography and through video documentation of every step of the way and what it looks like.
Well, and think about this. If it's taken me 8 weeks to build the Masterclass, and I've done it for 15 years, how long, and I think back to those early days that we did it, and that was really before the internet was even the big resource that, I was on the phone with wildlife biologists talking to them about different units and moose densities and flights and all this different stuff. And so it's taken me 8 weeks to go back and just compile and extract all the knowledge out of my brain and put it on paper. So if you were to just blindly try to go do that research, imagine how long it would take you. Yeah. I mean, it would be months upon months upon months.
Yeah, and what could you trust in your research? You know, who would you trust? I mean, this is all coming from the group that's done it now, you know, for 15, almost 20 years when you put guiding into it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man,
and it's not fragmented info. It's all going to be contained in one deal.
That's right,
and that's where people will be able to get it.
Well, the other thing is, and I had to skim this morning because I missed it last night. I think I was actually sleeping, but I missed it. So this morning I was skimming it, and I got through kind of what some of the stuff, and I'm super excited about it. But what I loved about it is a plan. Yep. Okay, so when people call us in July and they say, I'd love to hunt Alaska this year, it's like you have to laugh and be like, okay, but you're not going to do
Yeah.
that. Right. So the idea that there's a plan there of like, when can I make it?
Yeah.
Like, when can I do this? And then set the goal and then go back and follow the steps in the process to figure out how you're going to do it, right? And that's both mentally and physically and financially and all of the things that it's all from what I'm excited about is it's all there for someone to follow the plan.
Yeah.
And if that's a 2-year plan, if that's a 4-year plan, because we get a lot of that. I'm not in shape to go do it, and I'm not ready to go, but I definitely want to. Well, then make a damn plan.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, don't sit back and say, I want to do it. I want to do it in 5 years and 6 years, and then 3 years goes by, and now it's another 5 years. Like, make a plan.
Yeah.
Follow the instructions, make a plan, and go do what you say you're going to do. And these types of things that we're going to be bringing out are going to allow people to do that, which is exciting.
So it's funny. Every conversation that I have with people in person, especially regarding DIY Alaska backcountry, like going up there, I always start with that very thing. Like, well, first off, this is a year-long, if not longer, process for you to actually make this plan and get everything you need to go. I mean, for sometimes it's 2 years, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Depending on the style of hunt and where you're trying to go. And it's almost like right away you see the wind go out of their sails. They're like, what? Like, they think it's like a Midwest whitetail hunt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to go do it. I feel like hunting Ohio this year. Here I go.
Yeah.
Like, that is just not feasible. And every conversation I have with those people, I did a wild game dinner right around Christmas time. And here's how I knew that this was needed. I did the wild game dinner. I spoke for probably half hour, 40 minutes. And then after that, I spoke for about 2 hours over in a corner to a group of about 25 guys about how to do a DIY Alaska hunt. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, there's so many people that are clamoring to go do this. And it's such an unbelievable experience. Like, it literally will change you as a human. Like, this has to happen. So that's been a lot of fun to put together. It's been a lot of work to put together, but I mean, just all the little steps in the process, and I'm trying to think of all of it for as many people out there as humanly possible.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's cool.
I think what people don't realize is transportation is probably the number one thing they have to think about.
Yeah.
And that's all broken down in there is transportation. How do you set it up?
Yep.
How do you get in and how do you get out? And that is probably the biggest hurdle, to start with. Who do I call to even set up and to get me in somewhere to do a DIY? Because you can't get to roads don't get you to these places. A lot of these places. Some, but
even just as far as like it starts with that, the way I started it is there's that vision cast, right? What do I want? In my mind, when I think Alaska, like, what's my trip look like? So you set that up, and then I go in piece by piece. First, the navigating Alaska's game laws, and there's kind of a framework for that, and then getting into the style of hunt and the transportation, and then you get into the actual, getting to the field. And then once you're there, there's tactics and hunting techniques. And I mean, it's just, I have tried to make this thing as comprehensive as I possibly can.
Yep.
So I want somebody to sit down and be able to take the course. Right now I'm figuring it's like 8 modules, and it's about 15 to 20 hours. Like, if you were to just sit down and do like an hour a night, watch a video, study some of the resources. So, I mean, to condense what took me months upon months into 20 hours for someone. I mean, the 20 hours still seems like a lot, but it really isn't, when your hunt's riding on doing it the right way.
That's a lot of money to put into just not doing the research, because you can find yourself in a real bad situation real quickly.
Terrible.
It's worth it at the end of the day.
It is worth it. And I think, there's people get anxious if they don't know what to expect, and they can't prepare mentally correctly, and they have to mentally prepare when you do a DIY in Alaska. I mean, you can put yourself in a bad spot really fast. So just to have the knowledge and feel comfortable going out there. I mean, you haven't done it before, but at least you can feel like you can put yourself mentally through these situations.
Yeah. There's a level of expectation.
Yeah.
Or like, oh man, this has happened before.
Yeah.
I learned about this, or I heard about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited. The countdown's coming. I mean, July. It's just a matter of time here in July, and it's for us, it's been so many months behind the scenes building and figuring it out, and now it's going to be super exciting. So hopefully anybody that's listening is going to love what we're coming out with and how it's going to be. And I think I think the outdoor industry needs something right now. We all do. That's why we're doing it. Is, you know, if we're not careful, it's going to get real crazy here real soon with this outdoor space. So we got to protect it as much as possible.
Wherever your adventure takes you, count on Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's to make it memorable. From the timberline to the campsites to the lake and the range, get your family outfitted with the right gear. With premium brands like Worldwide Sportsman, Ascend, Instinct, Redhead, and Natural Reflections, they've got the apparel and the gear to make it the best adventure ever. Stop by today for a one-of-a-kind shopping experience in-store or online at BassPro.com and Cabela's.com. See for yourself at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's stores. Your adventure starts here. All right, let's talk about beer for a second. You ever notice there's a big difference between Busch Light drinkers and other beer drinkers? I like to say we live on the wild side. You know, a guy with a Busch Light in his hand, he's a man of the people. He's out there in the wild every day. He's in the trenches smashing bushies with a smile on his face. You know why? Because he doesn't care. He's not looking for a soulmate. He just needs something to wash that damn jerky down. And he's got himself a 12-pack of Freedom in a can. And when that can gets cracked, it's like opening a door to a whole different world. It's just a vibe. And if you haven't felt it, you should. So go grab yourself a case of bushies, give them a rip, and take a walk on the wild side. You've got things that matter. Memories, heirlooms, documents, firearms. And we all know that life is unpredictable. At Winchester Safes, they make sure life's unpredictable moments don't take those things from you. They use state-of-the-art methods that refuse to sacrifice quality. They put everything they have into their products, offering proven protection and peace of mind. There's only one safe company worthy of the title, the American Legend, and that's Winchester Safes. Follow at Winchester Safes or learn more on winchestersafes.com.
Oh yeah, there's. Have you guys paid attention to some of the stuff that's going on, just news-wise, in the hunting and fishing world?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the world right now is just on fire in general, but man,
like we could go into World War III. I haven't checked my phone. We might be there.
We could be
like
there.
I haven't. That's where we're at right now. So
in particular to hunting and fishing, you've got the public lands thing happening out there in Utah with Lee and selling off all these public lands to help pay down debt and do all this other shit. I mean, and then in the state of Washington, this is the one that gets me. I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about this one. I don't know if you guys have seen what's going on in the state of Washington, but Sportsman's Alliance right now, who's an advocacy group, is putting the state of Washington Fish and Game Commission on absolute blast for like collusion, corruption, all these different things, to where basically there's 4 commissioners in there that have all been like meeting behind the scenes and off the record with all these animal rights groups and implementing all the animal rights groups' wants and wishes into law, like into the game commission, doing away with bear seasons, doing away with mountain lion seasons, doing away with waterfowl hunting, like all of these different things. And they're getting around it, I guess, and I want to dive deeper into how they're getting around the whole thing. But apparently, like, there's these open meeting laws where you have to have open meetings and the public has to be part of it, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're considering the people at these other organizations the public. And so as long as they have a quorum and there's more than 4 or 5 of them on the phone with these other advocacy groups, they're considering it a public meeting.
Jesus.
And so it's completely off books. It's like behind closed doors. Well, it got exposed. And now Sportsman's Alliance sued for the emails and the communications and all this stuff. And if you see the shit that's in there, it's mind-blowing.
I'll have to dive into it.
I mean, it's a Fish and Game Commission actively talking about how they're going to strip hunting away from hunters.
That's a new low. I mean, that's incredible. That's where we're at right now.
That's what's happening.
That's where we're at.
I can't believe it.
How long has the collusion went on? As far as, is there money? Is there financial benefits to the board?
It's all ideological.
So it's
all ideological.
So this has been
over the course of several years to get to this point. You have to have people aligned either on the board or in the commission that are running or get hired, and there's, like you said, it's a collusion.
It's exactly what it is. I mean, there's emails, and I read them. There's emails in there where they're talking back and forth, and literally the person from Fish and Game says, our goals are aligned to eliminate bear hunting. And not based on science, but based on ethics. And it's like, holy shit. It's actually happening. In the state of Washington.
Yeah, I'm reading. I just pulled up something here real quick, and it's the lawsuit over timber sales and collusion. So they partner with another big timber company, basically to sell off all the timber in what they call a freedom sale. And then this Fish and Wildlife collusion allegations, which is the separate entity, but behind the scenes in violation of state laws to promote an extreme animal rights agenda over the management. I mean, it's internal collusion and the influence of policy. What the? I mean, this is the
in
people,
the game commission.
This is the game. This is the people that are supposed to protect our rights, and they're in that state, and they're doing these types of things.
What cities it run out of? Do you know? Does it say?
It just says Washington.
I don't know. Seattle.
What was that? It's probably in that tent city that was part of. Was that? Isn't that in Washington?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland?
No.
Where was that at? That was in Washington.
Maybe it's in Spokane.
I don't know.
When I read it, I'm like, if this is, listen, it's not the only place it's happening. There's no way. Like, it's not a unique deal. But when you look at it, to exactly what you said, like, these are the people that are in place that are supposed to be safeguarding hunting and fishing, and instead they're actively working behind the scenes to try to strip it away. And it just blows my mind, especially because there's one part in there for anybody that wants to go read it. You can read it all. Actually, you can watch it all. So you can go to YouTube, go to Sportsman's Alliance, click on the link, go to YouTube, and they're putting all of the emails out there in public. They've got videos, which I think, is cool, right? Sunlight's the best disinfectant. Let's get it out there and show the world what's going on. But when you get in and you see, like, the amount of back and forth and the positioning that these people are doing, and the slimy ways that they're trying to find ways to take rights away from hunters, it just, I mean, it pisses me off more than anything, to be honest.
And I think there's a lot of these organizations throughout the country that stand up and try to, they find these things going on, and whether it's policies that are being pushed through, and, MUCC here in our own state, Michigan United Conservation Clubs, they do that for hunters, and I don't think they realize it. They shine a light on legal or laws that are policies that are being put into place that might back end or backdoor the rights of hunters and fishermen without knowing. And I think a lot of these policies are written in a certain way, but if interpreted one way, can eliminate something for hunters or fishermen. And MUCC's done that in the state of Michigan for decades. And I think that's, behind closed doors, there are these groups that have our back. And I think, and there's a lot of situations in the last 5 years that MUCC has done great things for Michigan hunters and fishermen and outdoorsmen in general, policies that they've either reversed or shined a light on. To revoke the policy or rewrite it so it doesn't, so it can't come back and mean something else if you interpret it one way. Thank God for those organizations.
They got their eye out 24/7.
We need those types of groups out there doing that type of stuff for us. At the same time, they don't get the accolades, Sportsman's Alliance, like they don't, because they're just behind the scenes trying to protect. So anytime something like this comes and you can shine a light on what that is, I mean, you guys know as well as I do, we try to follow the law to a T. We have a camera in our hands. Can't really get around the fact that we're filming everything. And we got to know. I mean, even everything from when is dark and daylight shooting hours, all that stuff. I mean, how many bucks have we let walk by because I've looked at my watch and said, we're time stamped. Like at the end of the day, this baby is 5 minutes. I can see him, but we don't have time, right? But going into the laws of the books and the stuff to try to find stuff. I mean, as a normal hunter, just trying to figure stuff out, I mean, this stuff is so confusing sometimes, and the way that they write it, the way they do stuff. But I think the apps have become a lot better. I think, like, you know, getting in, Iowa has a great app right now. Ohio has a great app. Like
Michigan DNR
Michigan,
now.
like finally
Finally.
Michigan. But your ability to search on there now versus, like, you know, the book where you're trying to scroll through all these pages. And so I think that there's some things that are getting better. But yeah, I mean, the way that they're written, you know, it's like you can do this unless, and then there's that whole, you know, unless exhibit such and such or this happened. And at some point it's confusing, you know, and we read them all the time to stay above. Some just newbie coming in is like, I didn't know that was a law.
Right.
You know, and so, but it's a blatant, like, the comparison in this case is not somebody trying to break the law. This is our organization going in behind the scenes trying to change these things so that we don't have those freedoms or those rights. That's bullshit. That's just straight bullshit.
That's why I think it's important to shine a light on it, just because, listen, policy's not sexy. Policy's not high entertainment. Like, most hunters probably never even look at what's happening in that realm. But when something like this gets discovered and uncovered, I think it's wise that everybody at least pays attention, even if it's for a brief moment in time, because it's not the first time, it's not the only time, and it's sure as hell not going to be the last time.
Right.
So we got to pay attention to it. That's all.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I got another. I got an email yesterday that's interesting. I wanted to talk to you guys about for a potential brand partnership, going back to just industry stuff. So I get this email, and I will not name the company, but it is it's for a trail camera partnership, and the company is foreign.
Wait a second.
And they want to partner on trail cameras, and so I'm reading what they'd sent over,
Temu,
and I'm like, I need to go look at what this is all about. And so I start bird dogging it, and I figure it out. I find out, go to the website. I start looking at all their stuff. And this company is clearly not an American-made company. And they have got identical trail cameras to some of the most popular trail cameras that are out there right now.
Yeah.
And they're selling them for $30.
Is this the one?
Yep.
Did it hit you up?
I saw that email.
Do you screenshot or something?
I'm like,
hey.
I did, because I was like, are you kidding me?
$30.
That's they're making it.
I literally, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
$30. Like, if you're an American company,
Like cell cams for $30?
Yes. If you're an American company, like, what do you do
Yeah.
in that instance? Like, how do you compete?
Well, let's be honest. We know they're all coming from over there anyway.
Yeah, they're all coming from China.
all the manufacturing. So they're just I mean, they're probably making them for $10, selling for $30.
You can buy 3 for $200. Like three cells.
Full on. We're talking like 4K video, like the whole 9 yards.
I'm sure their warranty policy is solid.
Yeah.
And if you see them, you would look at them and say, well, that's this
you go,
camera.
I know what camera that is.
You go, well, I know what camera that is, but it's not. It's this guy's version. It's probably the same camera. But
you know, for years, China's ripped off technology from the United States, and that's just another reason to do it here.
Yeah.
You know, that you'd send it over there to get it done. They're like, hey, that's a pretty damn good idea. I like how that, how that reveal camera is built. Let's just build our own, sell it for $30.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, rip the IP.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I just I've never gotten a brand partnership request from a company like that until yesterday, and that's where I was like, oh shit, these guys, they're not like trying to do it under the cloak of, because you go to ATA and you see like the little booth and the guy's sitting there like, oh, I make these, you know what I mean? But this is like an active, like these guys are making a run at it and they're going to undercut. I mean, how do you compete? 30 bones.
I don't know,
30
man.
clams.
no,
Shut them down.
Yeah.
shut them down.
We got to shut them down.
To your point, you just got to bring it here.
Bring
You
it
gotta
here.
Make it here.
Yep.
So
the companies that are going to do that, I mean, it's affecting, no doubt, which we knew, like some of the stuff. I mean, we're dealing with some people right now in our industry that are waiting for shipments that are getting hammered. I mean, it's definitely affecting them. A lot of that stuff, tree stands and other things, are made overseas, and they're struggling right now, and it's tough, but got to find a way around it. Start making it here. Figure it out. I think that's the whole point of this is when you shake up a system like that, you got to shake it up. It's not going to be easy and it's not going to be fun, but Man, it's a crazy state of affairs out there right now. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you just look at retail in general. I think, we had the giant COVID boom, right? The COVID boom was huge. Outdoor rec and hunting and fishing and everything just through the roof because people had the time.
Peloton exploded. Now it's like 50 cents a share.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
I was a Peloton freak during COVID.
Everybody was.
But you had the big boom with everything in the outdoors, and now it's actually starting to trend the other way. So it's like, gotta get the ship righted, man.
Gotta get it righted.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's been interesting all the way across the board. I mean, the whole industry when it comes to manufacturers, when it comes to the creators, when it comes to it's just a different time, and I think there's real opportunity for all the stuff that we're doing and what we're building, and I think it's exciting times. But there's a massive shift. I can feel it all the way across the board, and people got to be thinking about that as they go forward.
Yep.
So, where to find it? For some of us, the hunt never stops. Grizzly understands that more than most. Rugged, reliable, and built to never back down. Whether you're on the trail, by the water, or deep in the dark timber, Grizzly is by your side. Tough enough to take on the wild and ready for whatever you can throw. Grizzly is committed to products that never let you down. Always on the hunt with Grizzly.
out here in the wild, precision isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Leupold Optics is built on the foundation of American craftsmanship, where every features function first. For over a century now, they've combined dedication and technology with a relentless put-it-to-the-test attitude, creating optics that stand up when everything else stands down. When it matters most, you need the best. That's what you get with Leupold Optics. While other companies out there warranty failure, Leupold guarantees performance for life.
Some call it out on the trail. I like to call it the road less traveled. The kind of place where the going gets tough. That's where Tracker Off-Road comes in. Made for those who won't back down. Tracker Off-Road delivers the hardest working machines with the greatest capability at the strongest value in the industry. Built by those who know what it takes and designed for those who don't turn back. Tracker is dedicated to delivering machines that let you get the most out of your day and your dollar. Ready to take on your next adventure? Go with Tracker Off-Road.
Every shot counts. And when it's time to make it count, you want the best. Winchester Ammunition has built its legacy on a commitment to innovation by continuously pushing what's possible. In the heartland of America, the American legend crafts ammunition that's purpose-built, reliable, accurate, and ready to perform no matter how harsh the conditions. Whether you're hunting or shooting for sport, Winchester will be there.
In other news, we got Game 6 tonight.
We got Game 6 tonight. Panthers are just something right now.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's unbelievable. I was talking to Lisa. Lisa's Marchand all the way, and it was funny. We were at a graduation party. Was it Saturday? Was the game on Saturday? Yeah, game was on Saturday. Somehow she ended up the bartender back behind the bar there, and I was watching the game out in the tent with JB. We were kind of like out in the tent, and I think you had just left, and Marchand scored, and I heard zero cheering. And I was like, she doesn't know.
Oh, yeah, she
she didn't see it. So I walked in and I go, hey, did you look at the screen? And she goes, and she had that look. And then all of a sudden it was loud because she understood. There, now she knows. Yeah, because she did not see it.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah. So it was fun. But
her go-to cheer is yay.
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 Like, it's
yay.
Yay. Like, it's the.
That's prototypical cartoon
It's so
cheer.
bad. It's so
Yay.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, he scored
So
that
bad.
goal the other day. I just sat down and we got it on at the house, and he fucking turned on the getaway sticks, and he was gone. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's
still got it.
He's incredible, man. Panthers are going to be hard to beat. They're going to be really hard to beat. McDavid.
He's a big hunter.
Oh, yeah, Marshy. Yeah, 100%.
Big time hunter.
I've chatted here with it, Marsh and Milko back and forth, and I think we exchanged sweatshirts at one point.
Yeah, they got a pretty cool little deal going there.
Marsh and Milko.
I might have another cup ring soon enough.
Well,
I think they're going to do it tonight.
Marshy, let's do some hunting. You want to do some hunting? Let's do that.
I think they're going to pull it off. I think they're too much right now.
Too much, and they're in Florida.
Yeah.
They're going to seal it out. They took that one from Edmonton. To me, that was a dagger.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they each stole one away in the first 4, but that one, that was an important one.
Edmonton's just not getting production.
No.
In any way, shape, or form. So.
Well, it's a team, and it's individual.
Yeah, a couple of guys.
A couple of guys. It's a big difference. Yeah. What did you guys do for Father's Day? Anything awesome? Anything cool? Or just chill?
Play golf.
Play golf?
Yeah, we had tee time, played 9 holes. That's pretty much it.
How is the game this year?
Pretty good. I shot a 75 a couple weeks ago. Shot 39 that day. Wes and I tied. Haven't played a ton.
No, I haven't played at all.
Have a little scramble on Friday. First one of the year. Used to be where, back in the early days, I get the call. I was the guy. Hey, every week I was in a scramble
somewhere
before kids. It was like, hey, let's get Brown in the scramble team, and I haven't played in a scramble in a while. Little moose scramble at Curry on Friday.
I got for Wednesday. I couldn't make it, but I got the call. It was like, I need you in a scramble for Wednesday. I'm like, that's tomorrow.
Yeah,
like, they can't. But no, I miss those days. We was playing a lot of scrambles.
I
haven't golfed at all. I'll tell you what, with golf, somebody needs to do is they need to put together a blooper reel of every guy trying to come out of the rough at Oakmont. Because if you guys some of those shots,
that was incredible.
I mean, there were guys hit like full swings in the rough, and the ball was going like 6 feet and falling over.
That was incredible to watch.
Well, it's one of those tournaments. I like watching the U.S. Open just because they always the USGA sets it up tough like that, and everybody knows it's going to be a challenge. And the wet on to end it was kind of shitty. I didn't like to see it end like that because it really. I mean, you're swinging and there's water under your ball and you're not getting really. Sammy Burns, feel bad for the dude. Plus, I laid a bet on him. I threw a bet on him Wednesday. It was just a simple. I had like 5 guys that put like $10 on. I put $5 on Sammy Burns. If he won, $350. No, it's $375. So he was like a 70-1 to win it. And so he's leading before the halt. They ushered him all off the course. He was up 2. And I had a cash out $206 for a $5 investment. I'm like, I'll let him ride. Let him ride. He's 2 strokes. I said, hey, he can get, if he goes even par the next, he'll be on 15. He'll probably still be in the lead or 1 up. I'm like, shit, I'll have a bigger payout then.
2 strokes in that tournament was
a lot.
That's big.
It's big.
That's a cushion.
It's a cushion. But unfortunately, he went double, bogey, double in the next 5 holes, and I'm sitting on 16, and my payout's now 40 cents. I'm like, shit, he's done. He is cooked. But then I started rooting for JJ. It was just cool to see him. Really, he's won 1 tournament in 2022. That's all he's ever won. He was really questioning whether or not he was going to play golf for the rest of his life last year. And he just had a turning point, and he's like, I'm just going to go for it. And I think that's a message in life. Don't play so conservative throughout your life. With everything you do, whether it's investing, whether it's your business, whether it's just life in general, do those things. And he said, the minute that I decided I got nothing to lose, I'm going to go for it every shot. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play the shot without fear. And that's the way he played that back 9. And he started out +5 on the front. He shot a 40. He was 5 strokes back.
It was the front was looking rough.
It was looking rough. And I think that's just part of his last year has been, I'm going for it. The hell with it. And I think that is kind of what rode him to that finish line. He's like, I've been playing it with this amount of pressure on myself for the last year. This is nothing, man. I got nothing to lose. And he went and he fucking grabbed it.
He said something in one of the interviews I saw with him that I keyed in on I thought was awesome. He said, I never wonder what my ceiling is. I never wonder how good I can be. I just go do it. And I just keep getting better. and I think, to your point, like, there's a lesson in life there. Like, we always have a tendency to, like, look up here and be like, that's what I want to get to. This is a guy that's like, I don't even look up there. I don't even worry about what that ceiling may look like. I just go do it, and eventually good things will happen to
That's
you.
right.
You know, so, yeah, I mean, just what an awesome mindset.
Yeah.
It's great to see him pull it off, too.
Yeah, and you had an American guy there that Terrell Hatton. I like the guy. He's a firecracker. There's a couple other guys that were in it at the end. Adam Scott. I've never been a big Adam Scott fan.
Did you see Hatton watching the video? He was in the press conference when he drained that putt.
No, what did he do?
He was like, wait, did that just go in? Like, he like, look, he's like, wait, did he drain that? And then he was like, he kind of went, okay.
Good on him.
Like, he was like, okay, well, I can't do anything about that. Like, in the end, he drained it. It was funny. He was in his press conference when that happened.
Yeah, there's so many guys that are thinking they just let it slip away, but in the end, I mean, you keep it in the fairway, you're in good shape, you put it in that rough, it's a penalty stroke, basically.
There's got to be a blooper video of all the rough shots. I forget who it was. I think first day or second day, maybe someone tried coming out of the rough and it went like 4 feet. And the quote, you could hear it on camera, was literally, "I just got opened." Like, that's what they said. Like, I literally just got opened.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So
That's fun.
That was cool. I like that tournament.
the other thing I think that they got to do in golf, and hockey players are pretty good at this, is they get the caddy and the golfer, they got to coordinate a sally. Have you ever noticed how awkward, like, when they make a great shot, it's like the old, like, are we full body
giving five
and fist bumping, like, what do we do? You just got to
know.
Coordinate your sally, golfers. You got to figure it out because it looks weird.
Yeah, I mean, even the greatest athletes of all time, basketball players, they have their handshakes.
Greatest athletes.
Yeah,
You want to talk about the NBA Finals, Game 6?
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that?
The Bulls and the
Give me a cricket
Lakers.
whistle.
That's pretty much what it was like when I was watching the Pacers.
Occasionally Jay breaks out the cricket whistle during conversation. It kills me.
Yeah, it's always perfect timing.
Yeah,
too. It's a great cricket.
I'll be honest with you, forgot about the NBA entirely.
You did?
Yeah, entirely.
Damn
Didn't
it.
even know it was going on, aside from the fact that it's on every sports channel imaginable. Hockey is relegated to TNT. That's where we're at.
That's the only place you can.
PBS.
And True TV. That's where we're at.
True
right
TV.
now.
It's the only place you can put Biz on TV. Actually, is TNT.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been watching the shit out of Caitlin Clark, though. I mean, honestly, she's been just
I know, man.
draining. I mean, she just came back, and she's just dropping threes. And I watched a bunch of highlights, and I'm like, my God.
The only reason to watch it, in my opinion. I mean, it's
she's like half court. Like, she's just draining them. And I'm like, this girl's on
fun to watch.
Yeah, she's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Other than that, man, Father's Day was chill. We did a thing at Cabela's, which was a blast. We did.
You
went
guys
down
gave
there.
some cash away.
Went down there, worked with our partner at Cabela's, and gave away some cash to some dads. That was a lot of fun.
That's one of the most feel-good things ever.
I love doing that.
To be honest, like going down and doing that for people. I mean, we gave one guy $50, and the guy started crying.
Yeah, no, he's hugs, man.
I mean,
all the way
he was
around.
literally
Ernest.
he was blown away. He's
Ernest?
like,
Ernest.
what?
Yeah.
He's like, no, really? Like, for me? We're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Here you go, $50. Happy Father's Day. And he was blown away.
Salt of the earth guy. So it was fun walking around there and giving that away. And then we did some online stuff, and the comments. I mean, unbelievable the comments that came in about stories and my dad is this, and it was just that was pretty cool to see. I mean, I think hundreds of comments that I just trying to go through and look at, and I was like, my God, there's just some incredible people out there, and it was cool to see all the love. And what I loved most about all of them was my dad got me into the outdoors. There's a lot of like, my dad started me in the outdoors, and my dad did this, and my dad sacrificed to get me out in the outdoors, and I'm like, it's just one after another. So that was really cool to see all that and go back and forth with a lot of those people.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Awesome.
good.
Yeah, some of those stories are like, I sit there, Lisa's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just reading these comments.
Yeah.
I told Kylie, I'm like, you're the reason for the season. I got one of you. So what do you want to do today? Because it's just us, and you're the reason I'm a dad. So let's figure it out. And over time, I just cut the grass, got some straight lines, the dad lines, got those bad boys going, did a lot of stuff. We were going to golf at 5 o'clock, and I just wasn't in the mindset. You got to be in the mindset. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to have a steak. I'm going to sit down, and I just actually chilled on the back deck, and it was cool. So relaxing day all the way around, which is fun. So,
Well, like I said, I'm getting antsy. It's time to go. I got to get out there. We're closing in on this trip. We're less than 10 days now, I think, something like that. And I can't get there fast enough. So
yeah, 2 weeks from today, we're there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like we're already there. That'll be the first one. Then it's game on right into dropped, and lots of cool stuff coming down the pike. But glad you guys can make a move this week with recording, because I got to go to orientation.
Yeah.
College orientation. Back to the old alma mater, and I don't even remember my orientation, so
I don't remember mine.
I don't remember it at all. So
Yeah,
I was like, well, I mean, I know what they're going to say because I was there I was on the Van Wilder plan, so I was there a little bit longer than I should have been, but that's all right.
a lot of people go to school for 9 years. They're called doctors.
They're called doctors. So yeah, I know what it's going to be, but I'm excited for that. So I get to meet the roommate and Kylie's, all that whole situation, which is crazy. So
Yeah.
I'll be over there all day Wednesday. So appreciate you
That'll
guys
be
moving
fun.
it to a morning.
Yeah.
A little lackluster in the energy this morning as we're trying to get up and go, but
I'm just
it's all
thinking
good.
of all the shit we have. I mean, we've got KB stuff to shoot before you guys head out. We've got 3 brand commercials that we have to shoot. I mean, there's so much to do. We got so much going on in the edit bays right now. We've got new partners that we're working on getting in the door. I mean, it's a busy time. Wrapping up. I mean, we've got the Winchester Life podcast and the series we're wrapping up and getting into people always ask, when's your next trip? Now, what are you guys doing right now? It's like in the summer, you guys are pretty laid back, right? I'm like, no. It's summer is wild because you're condensing so much before September.
Yeah.
Because you have to get it done. Once September rolls around, I mean, you're in Alaska, then whitetail season, then it's like, and then you're preparing, you get all this preparation from the production side, from the brand side, from the KB side, from the trips, who's going to be where. I mean, there's a lot that happens in the next 3 months, and it's setting up the fall is what it is.
There used to be an off season. There's not even any.
There's
They're close
nothing.
to an
We're
off
going
season.
right from here right to the conference room.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at my schedule today. There's another 7 hours of meetings.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Worst day in the world. Oh, meetings.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, but that's all right. Hey, things could be worse. We could be not doing that and not doing what we love. So at the end of the day, it's good shit.
Yeah.
So just keep on keeping on. That's what we do. So
Well, now that the sun's coming up, I guess we can
Yeah.
good morning, everybody.
so aggressively.
Yeah.
Turkeys just flew down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we got her done. Get something out. Catch up with everybody. Keep this thing rolling. Next week's a new week. Lots of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Peace and chicken grease. Bye-bye.
Mama say it's a new day song.